What's up guys, Justin and Mina here. So before we talk about today's topic, are you ready? Run it!
What up?
Dbkl
What happened?
considering to disallow parking bays in KL buildings to encourage the use of public transport. So as we all know, malls and offices in the city is really congested, right? So in an effort to reduce the amount of congestion in the city,
Yeah, like road traffic, basically.
they want to encourage the use of public transport.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to talk about 3 reasons why this wouldn't work and maybe 2 ways on how it could work. Okay?
So according to the Sun Daily, the reason why they're disallowing parking bays in KL is to obviously reduce road traffic due to the fact that, you know, it's always congested on the road, and they also want to encourage city folks to use public transportation. And I feel like there are pros and cons to this, and also whether or not this can work. Our Federal Territories Minister, Dato Sri Tengku Adnan Tengku Mansur, wow, that's a mouthful, believes that Malaysia should follow suit to Singapore or Hong Kong, London, Melbourne, you know, cities that have really good infrastructure.
Okay, so in simpler terms, they're trying to say that we are currently behind in the world, so we have to catch up to other countries because public transport is great everywhere else. Okay, not everywhere else, most places.
Most first world countries, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why it's not gonna work, why implementing this rule is not gonna work, and 2 hows to make it work. Because like I said, I'm sure this comes from a very good intention, but it definitely needs a lot of thought behind it to make sure that it's executed properly and that it doesn't inconvenience us as citizens.
No, but something funny, they didn't mention the environment. Like they're doing this solely just to reduce congestion. But if you also reduce the amount of cars in the city, it's gonna be better for the environment as well.
Definitely.
So I'm surprised they didn't make that a case.
But they don't give a shit. So here are the 3 whys I think it won't work. Number 1, weather issues. You know, living in Malaysia, we are subjected to very unpredictable weather. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it doesn't rain, or we have a storm, or suddenly we have banjir, flash floods. And I mean, aside from our monsoon periods and our dry season, you still cannot deny the fact that, you know, we have very unpredictable weather issues. And then the other reason why I think it's not going to work is that our city, KL, Selangor, whatever, it's just non-pedestrian friendly. You know, this city is designed for cars, for vehicles, lorries, motorcycle, whatever. You know, it's a design for vehicular.
It's like most buildings they build now. They don't. I mean, back then they never took into consideration how many cars would end up in that building.
Exactly. Yeah. And our roads are so narrow sometimes.
Yeah. Potholes.
So the last one, I feel, is the most ultimate. Like, this is the reason why we can't implement this rule, the no parking bay rule, is that we have such inefficient infrastructure. We don't have proper schedules for our buses. Our buses don't even have like proper maintenance. Some of these buses are like 20 over years old.
Not even buses, taxis as well.
Yeah, taxis as well.
And the routing for the trains.
Routines for these trains, and sometimes they break down.
And you have to walk on the track.
Exactly. And then 20 minutes after that, after they break down, then only you know. Like, I'm already late for work. In Japan, this would never happen. They're always on the dot, and if they are late, the pilot or the operator basically will come to all the carriages and apologize, like, oh, we're so sorry.
Wouldn't they issue you a letter as well?
They will even issue you a letter to, you know, for work.
Yeah, and another example, like if someone told me to take a taxi, I'd be like, no, I'll never take a taxi. First of all, this cab driver's a fucking asshole.
Exactly.
They can't smell like shit. And like, the car feels gonna break down, so why would I step foot into
why would I want to pay so much? They're gonna trick me into paying like
twice.
Like, I don't want to pay twice the amount for like just a 5-minute car ride.
So until they straighten out this whole public transport situation, then you can consider this idea. Because as for now, no, it's completely irrelevant.
Like I said, the intention is there, but just because you have the intention doesn't mean you have the mobility or also the resources to make this work. But I do feel that it can work. It can. it can.
Yeah, I have another point though. I feel like drivers in Malaysia should be educated as well.
Definitely.
Because you know the reason why all these buses are late, because in the city they have dedicated bus lanes, right? But half the time there's people parked in there,
Yeah.
they're stopping in there, so how's the bus gonna get to the stop?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know?
Yeah.
So that is another step to being more efficient, you know?
So basically saying that, you know, us as citizens also have to play a part in this,
Yeah.
not just the government. You know, we as Malaysians should come hand in hand, help out, and also abide to the rules. We have to adhere to all the rules that have been set up by the government so that, you know, our rides or our drive and journey to our destination can
More
be
pleasant.
eased. And more pleasant, definitely. So what the park, Dbkl? So if you feel that you have any suggestions you would like the government to see or Dbkl to see, definitely leave it down below.
Or any points that we missed.
And yeah, let us know.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.